In this recording, we're going to go over how to set up your court reservations. A lot of you are using this particular feature in order to encourage your court reservations to be made online ahead of time so that your staff does not have to have physical contact with the community. So please keep in mind, all of you will need to go to your Facilities tab and go to each one of your courts that you're going to allow to be reserved online. Go to the Online Reservation tab and make sure to add an online availability schedule. Now you can see I've got a couple of options that are already here. So I'm going to click into one and see if it's still a valid entry. So you can come in here and you can see how the online availability schedule has been made. Now for those of you who have to put gaps in between your reservations, please make sure that if you need a half an hour between, that you're giving yourself a half an hour marker. So that may mean your existing schedule needs to be changed a little bit to be able to have a half an hour between everybody going on to the court. So if you needed to set your schedule up with a half hour gap, this is what it would look like. And here's the cool thing. Once I've gotten all my fees set up and I hit save on my first court, what I can do now on my facilities list is when I go into my next court, I can go to the Online Reservations tab. I can click Add New Availability Schedule, and I can copy it from my other court. So once you make your first court's availability schedule, please keep in mind it is now much faster. You can copy it over and just make any adjustments for that specific court. I do know that some of you will charge a different rate for hard courts versus soft courts, so just keep that in mind that maybe it's just the price that needs to vary. Remember to set up required lead time if you want to make it so that they reserve their courts before the day that it occurs. And make sure you're seeing the red button here where it says disable. If you see this and it says enable, it means the public cannot reserve your courts online. Now with this piece, I've had a couple of questions about how best to track who's supposed to be there and who's not. Some of you will use our check-in feature and just continue to check your members in so you have their data. The Flex Calendar, though, this particular piece is going to be the best area to utilize to know who's supposed to be playing at which court. So keep that in mind, that it may be beneficial to look at it from this type of a view or from a list view so that you know who's supposed to be coming in and having their reservation. Now, this is also something you can export if you wanted to have printed copies for your staff so that they know who's supposed to be there, but they can also view that information within the Flex Calendar as well. And that's all you need to know for your court rental.